Most celebrities become famous by showing you everything. Their childhood photos, their relationships, their breakdowns, their apologies. Alexa Demie became famous by doing the opposite. She barely posts. She barely explains herself. She doesn't overshare, she doesn't correct rumors, and somehow that silence made her one of the most talked about women in Hollywood. People think they discovered Alexa Demie when Euphoria dropped, but the truth is, she didn't appear out of nowhere. She had been orbiting the industry for years before anyone noticed. Small acting roles, short films, music releases that barely got pushed, fashion projects that flew under the radar. She was building quietly while everyone else was chasing visibility. Then Maddy Perez happened. Suddenly, every frame she appeared in felt different. Not louder, not bigger, sharper. People weren't just watching her act, they were pausing episodes, screenshotting eyeliner, copying outfits, recreating her entire vibe. And what stood out most wasn't just how she looked, it was how controlled she felt, like someone who knew exactly who she was and wasn't interested in explaining it. That energy didn't turn off when the camera stopped rolling. If anything, it got stronger. Because once fans started digging into Alexa's real life, they realized how little there actually was to find. No long captions, no story times, no personal confessionals. Her Instagram has fewer than 24 posts, yet she has millions of followers. That alone breaks every influencer rule. Most celebrities are forced to feed the algorithm constantly. Alexa doesn't feed anything. She lets absence do the work. Even her Twitter account is verified. And completely empty. No tweets, no threads, no opinions. Just a silent profile with hundreds of thousands of followers. It feels intentional. And that's when people started asking a bigger question. Is Alexa Demie private? Or is Alexa Demie designed? Because the more you look at her career, the more patterns start appearing. Before Euphoria, she released music. Dark, moody, unpolished. Before most people even knew her name. She also started designing eyewear while still in high school. Not as a hobby, as an actual product line. She traveled overseas to develop it. Later, some of her designs ended up on major artists, including Nicki Minaj. That doesn't happen by accident. That happens when someone already understands the ecosystem, and that understanding likely came from her environment. Alexa's mother is a professional makeup artist in Hollywood, which meant Alexa grew up around sets, creatives, and celebrities, long before she ever stepped in front of a camera. And then there's the rumor that refuses to disappear. For years, people have claimed Alexa is the granddaughter of Dennis Wilson from the Beach Boys. It has never been publicly confirmed by Alexa. It has never been aggressively denied either. She simply lets it float. Which is interesting, because most celebrities rush to clarify false family connections. Alexa never does. She rarely clarifies anything. And that habit became impossible to ignore when the age controversy started. Old photos resurfaced. People compared timelines. A yearbook image allegedly showing an Alexa with a different last name started circulating. Fans did the math. And suddenly, a theory exploded that Alexa Demie might be significantly older than the age many fans assumed. Not illegal, not scandalous, just unexpected. Especially since she keeps getting cast in high school roles. The internet spiraled. Some said she was lying, and some said she was hiding. Others said it didn't matter. Alexa said nothing. Eventually, her birth year became widely reported as 1990, which would make her older than most of the actors playing teenagers beside her. And instead of hurting her image, it made her more powerful because she still looks the part. She still moves like an it girl. She still controls attention effortlessly, which triggered the next wave of speculation. People started dissecting her face, side-by-sides, zoom-ins, slow-motion TikToks, claims about subtle enhancements, lip changes, face tweaks. But here's what rarely gets mentioned. Before acting took off, Alexa worked as a makeup artist. She literally posted tutorials showing how to make lips appear fuller using makeup alone. Angles, overlining, lighting, illusion. So when her look shifts slightly over time, is it surgery or is it technique? Again, Alexa doesn't respond. She never confirms. She never denies. She lets the mystery breathe, and mystery in this industry is currency. Her love life follows the same pattern. She's been linked for years to musician JMSN, a singer, producer, and creative who also keeps a low profile. No public couple branding, no relationship content, no drama cycles. Most people didn't even realize they were together until long after it was already established. Which is rare, especially for someone with her level of visibility. But it fits. Alexa doesn't build parasocial intimacy. She builds distance. And distance creates fascination. Meanwhile, fans project whatever they want onto her. Some see her as a fashion icon. Some see her as a secret industry insider. Some see her as an anti-influencer. Some see her as a carefully engineered persona. The truth is probably uncomfortable, and she's all of it. Alexa Demie exists in a space most celebrities can't survive in anymore. She doesn't rely on constant output. She doesn't rely on oversharing. She doesn't rely on scandal. She relies on presence, on aesthetic, on timing, on restraint. In a culture where everyone is loud, the quiet person becomes dangerous because silence makes people lean in. Silence makes people speculate. Silence gives you control over narrative. Alexa doesn't chase relevance. She waits, and when she appears, people stop. That's not luck, that's design. So the real question isn't whether Alexa Demie is hiding something. The real question is, what happens when the person who says the least controls the most attention? Because in a world addicted to exposure, Alexa Demie built an empire out of absence. And that might be the most powerful flex in modern celebrity culture.